Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to the February 2024 energy update for the Awakening Collective, and very specifically, the lightworkers, wayshowers, healers, helpers, visionaries, change makers, and people that are here to light up the world. I'm Casey, and I love connecting in with the energy and giving us not only a heads up about what is going to be transpiring both with the cosmic energy that's flowing to the planet right now, because there's a lot of that, but also the astrological archetypes that we are moving through. And my favorite part of these energy updates is giving you some tools to navigate it. Because we all know right now it's intense, especially for the energetically sensitive souls, the people who can feel more than the average person because you either have this innate gift or you have curated it and developed it, right? The people who basically have already started practicing their magic. You already know you have magic in you. You can sense it. You know things are shifting. And it's a freaking wild ride right now. I have to say that February's energy is like so delightful for me to tune into. I'm very excited. All the planets went direct in just a couple days ago here in January. So there is a lot of momentum feeling. Nothing's in retrograde, feeling like we're going backwards. And I think we're going to take advantage of this. But as always, there is a really grand polarity happening. So, what you experience might not be what someone else experiences, and that's totally okay. There's a very strong bifurcation of experiences on the planet. And I'm going to celebrate that I have been doing these energy updates for 5 years now, since February of 2019. And when I started, I was talking a lot about polarity and intensity. And I was like, we need to really support ourselves. We need to be strong enough to handle it because it's just going to get more intense. It's just going to get more intense. It's going to get more dramatic. There's going to be more. This is what's happening. There is so much light pouring into the planet that it's illuminating everything, and we have to be able to handle it. And 5 years later, I feel like my prediction has absolutely come true. Nothing has calmed down since 2019, has it? We are in the thick of it. There is a massive revolution and evolution of consciousness happening. So everything is being illuminated for us. So I want to just explain how we're going to talk about the astrology and the archetypes, but I also take this like energy snapshot with my intuition, with my psychic senses. And I'll just sit and be like, show me February. And I love when they give me an image that's very clear and an easy metaphor. But lately, I've been shown things that are a little harder to describe. So what happened was I saw this whirlpool or vortex of energy just spinning, and it was kind of like a cyclone or tornado, but it was a little similar to energetic activations that I see and I work with in my energy healing evolutionary alchemy modality, where energy will spin down or up through us to really like clean and clear and bring in new. Now, the energy was moving so fast in this. It was very interesting because I saw somebody sitting in the center and the energy was moving around them. It looked like a cartoon and it wasn't touching them. And they were just like vibing. They were just living life. It was just around them. They felt good. You could tell. They weren't worried about it. They were just in their zone. And then I saw a cut to a different energetic vortex with a person who had been standing straight and tall in alignment, but then they leaned a little bit. And the second that they leaned, they fell out of alignment. They slanted just a bit. They were just picked up by the tornado. They were just like, and it was like a cartoon, and they were just being buffeted around. First they went up and then they went crashing down. It's just like, okay, I get the metaphor because I also receive the intuitive explanation, the energetic package of like what this vision means. And it was basically, if you are in alignment, the energies that are surrounding you, they're not going to touch you the same way. You get to be in the eye of the storm, but the only way you can do that is if you are aligned straight up and down. And in my work, that always means like you're on your axis, you're connected to your highest self and to the earth, and you're not like plugged into other people or other events or dramas, right? You are just in alignment with you and your path and your soul energy. And it was like the second you fall off path in February, you are going to be spun up or spun down or both. And it's going to be really fast. You're not going to know what hit you. So the moral of that vision was like, stay in alignment and don't judge yourself if you fall out of alignment and you have a moment of spin. Like, it's fine, you didn't do anything bad or wrong. Maybe you needed to have that for a lesson, but I mean, we would prefer to stay in alignment if we're able to, right? So this is really lining up with what I saw for the entire year and what was actually brought through when I was bringing about 200 people went through a process of going through 2024 and seeing their future vision from someone who had survived and thrived this entire year, because the energy was like, you have to do the work. If you want to step on the highest timeline, if you want to have the things that you desire, if you want to do this, you have to do the work. You cannot basically, that they were very clear. It was like, can't be lazy. You have to show up for yourself over and over again, and you have to do it for you because no one else is coming to save you. This was the message from the future selves from January 2025 that were giving us all the same information. Like, we have to show up for ourselves. So this February vision was like a confirmation visually for me of the energy and the intensity, saying if you're not in alignment, you're going to have a crazy time. So we get to focus on what we get to do to stay in alignment. And if we are in alignment, then the gifts like rain down, because it's only in alignment with our highest self that we can really activate our highest level visionary capacity. The visionary is the theme for February, because we are actually going to be playing and partying with so much Aquarian energy. And Aquarian energy is often misunderstood. So, those of us that are bringing through these visions, we might be seeing things or feeling things or knowing things that let's call them the muggles, the regular public, are not going to understand. So, also, you need to be in your own energetic alignment and not care, even if it's really weird. And you don't have to share it publicly at this time. That's not what I'm saying. But you might be bringing through things where you're like, I don't think people would get it. That's great. We need the visionaries to bring through the future codes that are beyond the understanding of the people who aren't able to see into the future, right? The visionary is able to bring through the future and remember it into the now, and then either do what they need to do. Sometimes it's passing it on as teaching, sometimes it's creating new technologies. You're going to have your piece of the puzzle. So the vision piece is going to be twofold. It might be for you personally, it might be for the collective, because, or maybe both. We both have different roles. But like I said, February is an Aquarius party. Like, there is so much Aquarian energy. The sun is already in um, Aquarius as we're moving here. And let me just grab these. I had it all set up, but then I moved what it was, because you know what? I don't remember all of these dates here. So Mercury is going to enter Aquarius on February 5th. Mercury is the way that we see the world. It's our communication and our lensing for how we're seeing and communicating. So, very much visionary technology stuff. The new moon is going to enter Aquarius on February 9th while the sun is still in Aquarius. So there is so much opportunity for us through that to like bring through what is new and plant these seeds and set intention. So I highly recommend you take advantage of this with some kind of um, visioning work, do some journaling, do, if you're a ceremony person, you could do a ceremony, but take time, make space. If you're someone who receives information when you're in the shower, take a long freaking shower or bath. If you're someone who gets the best information when you're driving, sometimes that's me, like if I'm just on the highway, take a freaking road trip to nowhere. Go drive for an hour and a half out of town to get, an ice cream or whatever. It doesn't have to be for a big reason. If you're someone who receives the vision when you're walking or when you're in nature, make a plan. Like hook up your phone and put it in your calendar right now. Anywhere around the 8th or 9th or 10th of February, take some time and consciously bring through this information for you. Then it gets a little wilder. We have Mars in Aquarius on February 13th and Venus in Aquarius on February 16th. The sun is still in Aquarius. And so this is the inner masculine and feminine energies that are coming together that are going to give us some more codes about the how, both for the beingness, right? The essence of it, which is more of that Venus energy, and the structure and the form and the capacity and the action steps through the Mars energy. Then we also happen to have Pluto in Aquarius right now. So when I say it is a visionary party in the month of February, like, let's make sure we don't waste this time. No wonder the vision that I saw was of the vortex, bringing the information and energy like up and down, spinning it all around. It is going to come through, and this is one of the beautiful pieces around Aquarius is that it's so multidimensional. Before I knew about astrology, I believed that Aquarius was a water sign because Aquarius, it's like the water bearer, but it's an air sign to me, because this is the 11th house of the zodiac, right? The 11th sign of the zodiac, which represents humanity's evolutionary journey through consciousness. It's got this beautiful both and energy. Like, yes, it's air, which is the mental and the electric, but it's holding the water, which is the magnetic, and they both flow and they actually co-create together. Electromagnetic energy is it's like peanut butter jelly, right? When we are receiving light codes, we have a freaking electromagnetic field in our hearts, in our bodies. The earth has one, everything has one. So they are very co-creative. And so the Aquarian energy is really tapping into both of these forces, our thoughts and our feelings, which is the wholeness of consciousness. So Aquarius can be accused of being cold in comparison to, say, the Piscean energy that we're going to be moving into when the sun moves into Pisces in just a couple weeks here. And that happens around yeah, even I wrote out a bunch of stuff. February 19th, because sometimes it shifts, right? It might be the 19th, might be the 20th, might be the 21st. There's always this little time. So when the sun moves into Pisces, we're going to be going into that watery, dreamy energy, which is very much the Bodhisattva energy. But the Aquarian energy is much more like bringing the vision down to earth, working with the future technology in a way that people can't fully comprehend because it's so far ahead of where most of humanity is. So this is just, as we're in all of this Aquarian energy, a time for massive opportunity for planting the seeds for quantum leaps. I'm not seeing the quantum leaps forward, but it's like massive level ups in terms of our awareness, our perspective, our ability to see and understand things. I have a prediction though. I expect that we will be seeing massive breakthroughs either in um, what is shared with the world in terms of AI, or there's going to be a lot of seeds planted that we could track back to this time. Where so I think there's going to be twofold. New technologies will be unveiled, and also there will be the seeds planted for revolutionary technologies coming through as well. So your inner technology is also going to be upgraded. What that means is your software, right? The way that your brain and your body works or being upgraded. Your brain and body interface through the nervous system. So I want to implore you to be very cognizant of your nervous system, which is actually how light is translated, especially the multidimensional light, the cosmic light. If you are dysregulated, which means you're stressed, or it's just too much, you're in overwhelm, your nervous system is going to put up these shields and the light is going to either bounce off of it and you're not going to receive the downloads that are for you, or if it comes through, you're going to be going like, oh, I don't know if I can trust this, I don't know if this is actually for me, because when you're in fight or flight, you're looking at everything through that lens because you're like, oh, is this safe? So when I say you need to be in alignment, it's also to be in as much of a regulated state as possible, right? When we're stressed, that's when we go into the spins. And I know the world is stressful. So I'm saying this not to shame you or blame you if you find yourself in stress, but rather it is, how can you support yourself enough to be in as much of an aligned state as possible so you can take the most advantage of this energy. It's not going to look like this again anytime soon, with so much potency and possibility to bring through the visioning future codes. So you need to do what you need to do to support yourself. Otherwise, you might miss bringing through the inspiration, the eureka energy, the ahas, the downloads that could literally change your life. So, supporting yourself, do what you can to do the healing and also the regulation work, that in the cleaning and the clearing that we need to do. Like, basically, we can't be lazy about our energy anymore. We have to do what we can. That doesn't mean push, 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 go, 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 because rest is just as important, right? So, alignment with your highest self and asking yourself on all levels and layers, body, what do you need today? Do you need to sweat? Do you need to cry? Do you need to rest? Do you need to lift some weights? Like, do you need a different kind of food? Just keep tuning in and asking, what is going to help me have a clear channel today? Right? What is required of me to be a clear channel so I can receive what I need to receive? When the sun moves into Pisces on February 19th, we're going to be getting a little bit more of the, so what do we do with that vision? What is actually for us to do with it? So if you're like, I'm just getting these ideas and I don't know how, earlier in February, they might come down more through into that energy late February, where we are connecting in with our sacred service and our dharma after all of the vision. We get to get more into the like dreaming about what is possible and how we could use this to uplift all of humanity. So again, take some time to do some journaling and speak the intentions that you have from that Aquarian energy out, and create that opportunity again to go in and be like, okay, what shall I do? And maybe do some automatic writing or journaling when Mercury enters Pisces on February 23rd. I got a ping here. There's some of you that are like, I hate journaling, I hate writing. Sometimes I do too. My hand's out of practice. It gets crampy and I don't always like to type it. Speak it into your phone. Just put on the voice to text so you don't even have to listen to it back. Speak it out. But we really need to practice not leaving these dreams and these visions and these things that are coming through, these inspirations, up there. We need to make this practical. So we have to light ground it through the body and out into the world by writing it down, by speaking it out. Again, you don't have to share it with people that might not get it. But if you're not in a safe, sacred community where you can actually share your ahas, your eurekas, your insights, again, I implore you to find one, because we are not going to be able to handle the energy and do what we're here to do if we are alone. So if you're not already part of my free Luminous Evolution group, this is a great place to come and meet other beautiful souls who are on this evolutionary journey. I welcome you into there. We'll have more things throughout the month to support you as well. And the month is going to end off on a full moon in Virgo on February 24th. So this is also really supportive, as Virgo is an earth sign. It is the sacred priest, priestess energy that helps us actually get things done. This is where the organizational pieces start to come in. So on the full moon, um, it's great to look at releasing anything that might be in the way of what you have just visioned and dreamed of actually doing it. So, and then you can also make some plans. You can use that Virgo energy to make the plans. But if there's something where you're like, I had this dream where I need to do this thing and I can't possibly, utilize the light of that full moon to release with love and gratitude that program that was keeping you playing it safe so that you can actually step up and do the thing that is coming through to you, right? We can ground our dreams into reality, and that also is going to set us up really beautifully when we head into the Aries initiation energy, the beginning of the zodiac, when our year sort of resets at the equinox in the spring, right in March. So we have this really incredible container of energy funneling down to the earth through us, through your heart, through your brain, through your body. Be a clear channel so that you can receive it, and the astrology is already here to support you with all of this. It might seem like a lot, but remember, you need to do what you need to do to be able to stay in alignment so the vortexes don't fling you off into outer space or off track or off mission. If you do fall down, again, don't judge yourself, just dust yourself back up again. We're all going to do it. We're all going to, like, make mistakes and fall over and get out of alignment. And then we just have to pick ourselves back up and do what we need to do to be able to handle it. So, refining our practices, refining how we're taking care of our bodies, our spirits, refining and fine tuning the support that we have, being in those communities where you're going to be reminded that taking care of yourself at the highest level is how you get to have the clear psychic channel and do the soul work and figure out your dharma and do all of these things that are coming through. So, in order to support all of us with this at the next level, I want to offer a free masterclass experience. So, I'm inviting you to this on February 6th and 8th. It's 2 days where we're going to talk about becoming unfuckwithable. Pardon my French. The reason I'm swearing is because I am so passionate about how important this is. It doesn't mean that we're going to be robots. It doesn't mean that we're not going to have feelings. It doesn't mean that we're going to like never fall into that and spin out. It means that you cannot be pulled off track or course for long. You're going to have the tools that you need to keep going, and you're also going to stabilize yourself so you don't fall over and fall down and spin out as often, because as I look forward to the rest of 2024, I see amazing things for the visionaries. I see amazing things for the people who are doing the work. And I see more chaos on the world stage. Like, it's not going to calm down out there because more is being illuminated. So, our role as the change makers, the way showers, the light leaders, the healers, whatever your label happens to be, I know you're here to help. You cannot afford to be taken out every time something happens on the world stage or even something happens in your personal life, because you have work to do. This is the time to become so stable that you've got it no matter what. And it's much easier to do in community. So, the link to join us for the masterclass is just in the notes below. And I'm really excited because we're going to do a clearing, and we're also going to do an activation of that stable energy so that you can use it moving forward to support you with everything that's going to be coming through. When I feel into the future, it's brighter than it ever has been before. There's so much opportunity here, but we need all hands on deck. Okay, we need all hands on deck and all people at their best. And at your best doesn't mean you're never going to rest. That's not what that means. At your best does not mean you're never going to rest. It includes rest. That's part of the caretaking. So don't take what I am saying and use it to twist your weird, like, I gotta do whatever thing that I know I have too, right? But we need to rest and we need to take care of ourselves, and then we get to do the action. All right. February is going to be so much fun if we let it be. If we're not having fun, then you need to check in with your body, see what it needs, support your energy until you can see and feel and have the fun again. All right. That is one of the antidotes to the intensity as well. I hope you found this useful. If you have enjoyed this, please make sure you sign up for the masterclass. Make sure you like and share this out to the other way showers and light leaders and helpers and healers that you know that need to know that February is going to be so freaking amazing for all of us, should we choose to accept the energies that are coming through and support ourselves to handle it. Sending you so much love. I will see you all soon.